Every major analyst I talk to, people formerly in defense intelligence, CIA, professors, on and off air, and all the trade publications I read, military publications, Pentagon statements. I mean, this is a real push up into the border of Russia. And if NATO troops start engaging Russian troops who feel like they're in their interest with their military bases, their pipelines, when they're trying to cut Russia off from Europe, which will hurt Europe big time as well. This isn't America where Obama just gets to shut down a third of our power plants and double, on average, our electricity prices in 7 years. This isn't America where they get to pass a health care law that raises 7 taxes on poor people with death panels and death panels at the VA. This is Russia we're talking about that has its own set of problems. But their public is more informed, on average. You can look at the studies on that. They know geographically what's going on. They understand it. They have the memory of 20 million Russians dying in World War II. The Germans have it as well. 20 million Germans died. Only 5-6 million of those were troops. So governments do this. They make decisions. They do things. Tens of millions died overall from war and famine in the Napoleonic Wars, all 3 rounds. And people never think it's going to happen until it happens. And this time, there's nuclear weapons. I believe the Bible, but I don't believe the establishment interpretations of it where we all get raptured out of this. No, it says the beast wages war on the saints and overcomes them. Then there's a big revival. People wake up and start repenting. There's awakening around the world. 1/3 of the Earth's population is killed. Large portions of the Earth's surface are black. That's what the Bible says. Columns of flame bigger than mountains. Giant machines that look like insects flying around, dropping fire on people. This is what John on the Isle of Patmos saw. And hey, even if you don't believe in God or the collective consciousness or anything, doesn't matter. Boy, a lot of that's coming true. And it isn't what these preachers tell you who think their big mega churches protect them from nuclear weapons while their little CIA, FBI auxiliary officers writing dossiers, up late at night on their churchgoers and, which family they're going to break up and how they're going to get people's money. And, I mean, these are savage operations. With just a bunch of gullible Americans just believing anything. Oh, we got a great country. We're the greatest in the world. We're perfect. We can do no wrong. Blah, blah, blah. We are hijacked just like France was by the Nazis. Our government is a bunch of collaborators with offshore banks who literally are running us into the ground. Russia goes, you want to cut our pipelines off with our contracts where we sell the cheapest gas in the world to Europe? You want to be able to drive up prices on people worldwide? No. We're going to be competitive. And the globalists and the Rothschilds and the Dutch royalty and the British royalty and all the rest of them that are driving this, they went, we're coming into eastern Ukraine. We're taking over your oil fields and your gas fields that you developed and you got leases on and your pipelines that come out of Russia and those rich gas fields over the border. And we're going to give it to Joe Biden's son. We're going to give some of the stock to the British royal family, some to the Dutch. We're going to give Obama some. Joe Biden's son, you get $2 billion. $2 billion worth. How's that sound? And Biden comes out and goes, I'm proud my son is a good businessman. Yeah. The Russians are literally watching Joe Biden's son take over their gas. So they've sent in special forces to protect it. And they're getting killed right now fighting mercenaries in the CIA. And there's U.S. troops getting killed over there right now. You better believe it. So Putin goes up there and plays the game of, we've got a few soldiers over there. And notice all the kids laugh. They all understand that Americans get told, there's no 2 + 2 = 5. No, they know it equals 4. So Putin's like, we have a few soldiers. Some of them got picked up, but they're going to be released. And everybody's like, playing along with, because they're giving us our own response. Oh, there's no CIA or mercenaries attacking eastern Ukraine. Oh, no. And Putin's like, oh, and there's none of our troops either. Yes. And he goes, and this is not a threat, but we have nuclear weapons. This is a threat. And you watch, within hours, his generals will come out and threaten to nuke Europe and the United States. And remember who runs things. We got Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and others with people like John Corzine who would make 40-to-1 bets with private bank accounts. He'd bought a subsidiary bank. And then most people didn't get their money back for 2+ years. And he didn't get in trouble. That's how reckless and crazy. Let me tell you, the elite are just like Bernie Madoff or Ken Lay, but a few steps up and worse. You want to put the whole world in the hands of Bernie Madoff and Ken Lay and the weirdo Queen of England and those freaks that want to start a nuclear war because they got underground bunkers and they're bored? Bunch of nihilistic scum.
You are watching the best of the Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.